My name is Luca Vallarelli, and this is the strategy case study presentation on Managed by Q company. Starting with a corporate philosophy which expresses the company's values and the value of the products or services offered to its target audience, I'd mention a fun fact about the name origin, which tells already something about the mission and the why behind Managed by Q services. Q. Q was the R&D wizard who took care of everything James Bond needed to run his business. And that's a bit like what Dan Terran, CEO and co-founder of Q, declared, meaning effectively aggregate the demand of all the goods, services and technology that are required to run an office. The business decision makers Q identified were the office managers because they actually had the decision-making authority, which was a door opener to sell the services to their companies. So the communication strategy had to focus on them. High-quality cleaning services and transparency were definitely two core values of Q. Given the fact that a company is made by its people, it's worth highlighting the sense of pride built, and quoting Ericsson, who said, "On my day off, I wear my Q jacket." Actually, the idea was to have employees feeling to be part of a family, and their ideas were important and were heard via a dedicated collection process. A relevant strategic choice, beside focusing on technology, was to internalize the workforce, paying higher wages with respect to the average, and invest on readiness and attention to employees' feedback. Four core aspects to contribute to the competitive advantage are, first, intangible resources, like brand reputation, which is not visible. We mentioned quality and transparency before. Terran said, "We wanted a company that people remember for how well it did its job." Then we have tangible resources. Q refilled company supplies with trash bags, copy paper, pencil, and mounted tablets in offices. Those are tangible assets that created customer value that can be seen or quantified. We also have human resources, the productive efforts, skills, and expertise of the employees. Q had a precise hiring process, investment on readiness for its operators, whether they dealt with software engineering or on fields cleaning tasks. And then last but not least, organizational capabilities, the ability of a firm to mobilize its resources. Q leveraged technology to monitor requests and move resources timely as needed. And that was actually also a differentiating point with respect to competitors with old-fashioned based communication. Now, let's focus on two factors based on PESTEL analysis that might have affected Q's performance. From technological perspective, leveraging the advent of tablets helped differentiating from competitors, contributing to the competitive advantage and to profitability, reducing communication and operations cost. And from social perspective, in the last years, the spread of open space, nice-looking offices, it's been important, also contributing to employees' well-being. There are many articles also on Forbes related to this, and see the final slide for references. Actually, those had a direct impact on customer needs and market size if we look at one of industry top players like IBM. Leveraging the Porter model, let's highlight a few threats for Q. Bargaining power of suppliers of paper towels, soap, copy, paper, and so on and so forth that could impose higher prices. Bargaining power of customers since they could switch to other competitors of Q. Rivalry among existing firms and threat of substitutes like IBM that introduced a technological component to enable cleaning schedule management for customers, enriching their offering. And how can Managed by Q continue to grow in established markets given competition that might not use the same high-cost labor model? So if we look at the definition of competitive advantage, it's an edge a company holds when it generates more economic value than rivals firms. Q could follow a differentiated strategy that is based on enhancing the perceived value of the services Q provides relative to its competitors' offerings, that customers will pay more. Differentiation is based on the constant customer service and transparency thanks to the tablets installed, which lead to a very high quality, not only cleaning service, but a 360 office management service. Q could run trials for new customers to let them try the service and perceive the difference with respect to the competition. Another opportunity is technological leadership, but applied to new services. And let's elaborate further. Generating dependency from tablet system to make it costly for customer to switch to substitute service could be supported by entering new markets, leveraging the fact that customers already had tablets installed. Let's see these opportunities in the next slide. With respect to new markets, Q increases its competitive advantage to empower customers along their journey towards a smart hybrid office. Since they already have tablets installed, Q could provide energy consumption dashboards and room smart management, enable room booking system either in office or remotely, and provide conference calls advanced services using the tablets. These services can be part of an overall package which can lead to higher profit to Q and that costs to customer less than buying the same quantity of services from different providers. The lack of know-how could be a disadvantage of entering new industries that could be managed by acquiring small startup filling the gap. ABM, top industry player, has actually recently done something similar by acquiring Able to accelerate its growth, as its CEO stated. Q could expand in new countries where labor cost is even lower and materials of offices cost less, increasing margin if keeping the same US prices. To conclude, an example of a strategy map focused on the energy monitoring service enrichment opportunity could include objectives such as improving technology so that iPad can track also energy, observe the increase of rooms monitored, and track the customer satisfaction with the new service introduction, which will lead to higher profit. Why that? Because this service will allow cost saving to the customer thanks to a smarter energy management, and this added value will motivate higher prices of Q's services. Here you can find references to external material analyzed for this case study. Thanks for your time and your attention.